Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the TrueFree 01 earphones. Now, one of the things I like about this is because, you have to learn when you're right and you have to learn when you're wrong. So one of the misconceptions, big misconceptions I had about air conduction earphones, to be honest, I never really knew what to expect. And for the most part, I always used to kind of expect the worst when it comes to sound quality. That's the best part about this because, if you get humbled, you get humbled. And with these earphones, there's something about the sound quality that I actually did really like. But before we get into that, just make sure you like and follow so you can stay tuned for more videos like this. Now let's get into it. So first things first, the case is generally bigger, and I mean, just looking at it, you can tell it's definitely much bigger than a typical earbud. But to be fair to it, these are air conduction earbuds, and air conduction earbuds usually do have bigger cases because they have larger frames in general, so it makes sense why they will have or tend to have bigger cases. But that's besides the point. The case, it is really big if you're someone that plans to go on a jog, or just something you have to keep in mind for packing or storing away in your pocket. Now, the material for the case is made in matte black. Now, whether this is your type of thing or more so the silkier designs, this will just fall into personal preference. Now, one of the most important things for me is the fact that charging is done with USB-C, which at this point should be and is getting to be the norm, because USB-C is just much faster for charging and also data transferring. But in this case, that doesn't count. In this case, the most important thing is for charging. USB-C is definitely hands down a must-have. And on the inside, to pair the earphones, you just have to press the button in the case and you can pair it that way. And the earphones, they actually do look better than I expected. Some air conduction earphones, they just look a little funky. Well, these they're separated. You get the two individuals for each side of the ear, and the design is actually a little more comfort fitting and better looking than I initially expect. And surprisingly, despite some of the weight being shifted on the back sides of the earbuds where the batteries are, the earphones feel actually much lighter. And on top of that, instead of having a design that can be stretched to fit your ears, the design is more so a conforming type of design, so it's more flexible, and this way it can just automatically fit around your ears, or if you wear glasses, fit and conform around those. And besides that, they look just like any other pair of air conduction earphones, and by that I mean where there is supposed to be ear tips, instead of that there's just some slits where the sound waves are supposed to travel and go through the ear and through to your canal. And one of the things I like about this is that quality wise, it comes in Bluetooth 5.3, which also this one is a must-have because it guarantees at least a much more stable connection. And Bluetooth 5.3 is also just the latest Bluetooth, so at this point it should be at least getting to be the norm for earphones or anything that wants to run Bluetooth. For the noise cancellation, it has environmental noise cancellation, which is good. It's good enough. But the thing about air conduction earphones, and especially these ones, is when you use them, you'll constantly feel as though you're listening in transparency mode. And for anybody that has Apple AirPods or anything like that, when you're in transparency mode, you can still hear the audio in your earphones, but the background audio still seeps in, so you're still aware of what is going on in your surroundings. And with air conduction, the earphones, regardless of how loud you put them or what setting you might have them on, the noise cancellation will always feel at a level where it's always just in transparency mode. And that's how they're designed. It's not a bug, it's a feature, because it's mostly meant for people that still want to be aware of their surroundings in whatever situations there may be. And the playtime is about 10 hours, which is good enough, especially if you're just going for, say, a jog or a quick workout. But all in all, combined, it's about 45 hours. So you're looking at not just a complete use for the day, but you can extend it further and beyond if it has to come to that situation. So the worrisome thing for me when I started using these earphones, as I've reiterated over and over again when it comes to air conduction earphones, is the sound quality. And for these, I've got to say these are probably the best. I will give them and say these are the best air conduction earphones I've reviewed to date. Not just because of the build quality, which it is good, and more so of the sound quality. Now, while editing or while I may be doing some work or writing a script, I usually like to play something in the background just so I can zone out and completely focus, just have a chill and relaxing time. So with these, I put them on, and I started watching something, and I continued on to write my script. But in the moment, I completely zoned out, and I even forgot that I was actually using air conduction earphones because of how good they sound. As I said earlier, with air conduction earphones, you generally don't get that zone in feeling because they still keep you aware. But with these, the sound quality was actually way better than I thought in keeping me zoned out. For listening to music, it's okay, it's whatever. I really didn't pay no mind to that. When it comes to even listening to a podcast, then that's when the earphones sound the best. And with this, I've got to give it to the environmental noise cancellation on the earphones, because it really does a good job of just keeping you zoned out. As for me, it kept me zoned in. I was focused on what I was doing, and for the most part, because I'm so used to either using my headphones or just earbuds that have active noise cancellation, while I was using these, it took me a while until I realized I was doing it during the testing phase, and I forgot that I was actually wearing them, because I was writing the review for it. The longer I use these headphones, the more I realize how good the sound quality is. Now, it doesn't do the best job of obviously canceling out all the background noise, because at the end of the day, these are still air conduction earbuds, but they do a good enough job where it is noticeable as compared to other air conduction earphones. Obviously, this is just my opinion. If you truly want to find out, you're probably gonna have to get a pair for yourself just to test them out and see what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. Let me know what you think, reader, and I'm out.